Hey everyone, welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something really exciting, a totally new language that's honestly starting to make some serious waves in the developer community. We're talking about Rust. It's stepping into the ring as a bold new challenger in the heavyweight division of systems programming. So if you're the kind of person who geeks out over understanding the tools that power our most complex, performance-heavy software, well, you're in exactly the right place. Okay, let's take a quick look at our roadmap for today. We'll start by meeting Rux, then we'll peek under the hood, size up the competition, check on its current status, and finally, talk about why Rux actually matters. Part 1, Meet Rux. Now, if you're down in the trenches building command line tools, game engines, servers, or really any performance-critical software, you're probably asking yourself, okay, what exactly does this new language actually bring to the table? Why should I even care? Well, to put it simply, Rux is a brand new, compiled, strongly typed, multi-paradigm language, and it is engineered literally from the ground up for clarity, safety, and performance. At its core, Rux skips the virtual machine layer completely. No interpreters, no middlemen. It compiles straight down to native machine code, which basically means your programs are translated directly into the raw executable instructions your hardware actually understands. It's really chasing this holy trinity of design goals. First up, it wants to be incredibly fast. We're talking native C or C++ level performance here. Second, it aims to be way safer and far more structured than those legacy low-level languages to help squash bugs before they even happen. And third, it strives to be just significantly cleaner for developers to read and write. It's aiming for that elusive sweet spot, giving you raw hardware access without the massive historical headaches. Moving right along to part 2, Under the Hood. So, how does it actually pull this off? It relies on a few core foundations. Compiling directly to native code, like we just mentioned, ensures maximum speed by ditching any heavy runtime layers. Then, there's the strong type system. Variables, function parameters, return values, they all have crystal clear types. The compiler acts like a super strict bouncer, catching your mistakes way before the program ever runs. And finally, multi-paradigm support. You aren't boxed into one specific way of thinking. Want to write simple imperative code? Go for it. Need structs for modeling data or interfaces? You've got them. It gives you an incredible flexibility. You know, you can kind of think of Rust as a modern, high-precision saw. If you've ever needed direct hardware access, Rust provides all those low-level tools natively. You get inline assembly, raw pointer arithmetic, union-based memory reinterpretation, and FFI access. It absolutely does not shy away from handing you the keys to the kingdom when you really need to talk directly to the CPU or the operating system. Now, here is a massive design choice we need to talk about: explicit memory management. Rust explicitly does not use a garbage collector, none whatsoever. What this means is that Rust demands you, the developer, think very carefully about memory ownership, allocation, and cleanup. Sure, it puts more responsibility on your shoulders, but the trade-off? Maximum predictability. Your application is never going to randomly pause to clean up memory right in the middle of a critical operation. And that explicit philosophy, it extends straight into error management too. If you're completely over exception-based control flow, just hiding your failures behind the scenes, you're going to love this. Rux treats errors as explicit values using a result type. The caller absolutely must handle the error. It's a highly transparent, visible approach that feels very similar in spirit to Rust or Go. But look, a language doesn't live in a vacuum. It has to play nice with other tools. So rather than making you wrestle with 50 different external utilities, Rux actually has a built-in package manager right inside its CLI. Commands like ruxadd and ruxinstall are just baked right in. Plus, it has native interoperability with the massive C and C++ ecosystems out there. You just use the extern keyword to call outside libraries, which is honestly a huge deal for real-world adoption. Just to give you a really quick taste of the syntax, an executable package just needs a clearly defined main function that returns an integer. That's it. It's clean, straightforward, and it looks a lot more like a modern systems language than that cryptic, older C-style code. It is entirely built to be approachable from day one. All right, part 3, sizing up the competition. When we look at the current landscape, Rux frames itself as a really fascinating challenger. Against C, it's aiming to be vastly cleaner and safer. Against C++, it's actively trying to avoid that notorious decades-old complexity. What about Rust? Well, Rux targets similar safety and speed goals, but uses a slightly different, maybe simpler design approach. Then there's Zig. Both actually share a deep love for explicit low-level control. And finally, compared to Go, Rux operates at a much lower level since, again, there's no garbage collector. Basically, it's looking at the pain points of every major player on the board and trying to offer a cohesive solution.
Which brings us to part 4, the current status.
Let's be totally real for a second and look right at the source. This quote, directly from the official Rux documentation, serves as a massive, flashing warning sign. It clearly states, Rux is not production ready yet. It is highly experimental right now. Syntax, APIs, tooling, they are all prone to rapid, breaking changes. But even though it's not mature yet, the project is moving ridiculously fast. A huge highlight in our research was the version 0.3.0 release targeted for June 1st, 2026. That update brought a macOS linker and Windows DLL output. So yeah, it might be missing the giant ecosystem support of older languages right now, but the core team is aggressively pushing multi-platform capabilities forward. So what's our practical verdict today? Absolutely do learn Rust if you're a systems architecture nerd, if you love compiler design, or you just want to stay on the bleeding edge of software engineering. It is a fantastic educational tool right now, but do not use it for a serious mission-critical production system today. For actual real-world reliability, you definitely want to stick with the tried-and-true mature ecosystems of Rust, C++, Go, Java, or Python for now. And finally, Part 5. Why Rux matters. At the end of the day, Rux matters because it perfectly captures a massive shift happening in the industry right now. The dev community is actively moving away from unsafe, overly complicated development models. Developers today demand blistering high performance, but they flat out refuse to accept unnecessary danger, hidden bugs, or completely unreadable code to get it. Even in its infancy, Rux direction is built on 4 rock-solid pillars: performance, clarity, safety, and low-level control. It wants to give developers absolute command over the hardware, but without sacrificing the structural safety nets that modern engineering absolutely requires. It's trying to bundle all these traditionally competing priorities into one beautifully cohesive package. And that leaves us with one incredibly massive, provocative question. It's a huge, ambitious goal, but are we looking at the blueprint that's going to define systems programming for the next 10 years? I guess only time will tell if Rux can mature into a true industry standard, but it is undeniably a project you need to keep your eyes on. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep learning, keep questioning, and I'll see you in the next one.